and 70s. He fought Muhammad Ali twice, plus Joe Frazier and Kenny Norton. And he held wins over Ernie Shavers, Ron Lyle, and Floyd Patterson. He carved out a 53-9-4 record and did everything but win a world title. Well, he did plenty of belting in the ring, but on June 17, 1986, at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California, he belted out the national anthem. Let's revisit that moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, before our main event, at this time I'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. And joining us in the ring, we have a special guest to lead us. He is the former top-ranked heavyweight contender who fought them all. He's known as the greatest of the Great White Hopes. Happy to have for our vocalist this evening, Irish Jerry Quarry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much to Irish Jerry Quarry.
Good afternoon, good evening. That's right, it's 9 o'clock, man. It's already, excuse me, it's already evening over here, man. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. And one of those nights, I couldn't let the night go by without saluting a fighter that I watched when I was growing up, man. The greatest of the Great White Hopes, man. Jerry Quarry, the Fighting Quarry brothers. And today is the anniversary of his passing, of his transformation. And it was incredible, man. Jerry Quarry, I think his first year as a pro, he had like 15 fights. I mean, the man was from a fighting family. I had the pleasure of speaking to his brother. You know, man, it was amazing, man. It was amazing speaking to Bobby Quarry, you know, a survivor, one of the last of a truly great fighting family. And you know, today, if I can just talk a little bit about some of the fights, maybe show a couple of the fights that I saw, and you can see how this dude, man, by today's standards, he would have been cleaning the cruiserweight division. There was no cruiserweight division. If you weighed higher than 175, you were a heavyweight. The exposure, the money, that was in the heavyweights. And that's where Jerry Quarry was, man. And at one point, I think he was Ring Magazine had him as the most important fighter of the year. And I mean, just a who's who on his record. And let me shout out who came in here, man. I'll shout you out as you're coming in, but let me not forget that, because that's one of the most important things we can do here on YouTube, I reckon. Pigeon here, man, right away, man. I know you're flying all over the place tonight, bro. Two Matadors, salute to you, man. Warren Lowndes, man, thank you for coming in here. My brother Mark Nash and Mary Treeses, St. Hamster, salute my sister. Thank you for coming by. I'm gonna talk about Jerry Quarry, man. You know, Jerry Quarry was born May 15th, 1945. Excuse me, I got a text here. Let me check who this is, man. Let me see if it's I'm doing a show right now, brother, talking about the great Jerry Quarry on the anniversary of his passing. Glad you got that, man. Peace. My friend Remy, cool dude, man. You know, I love the social media, I guess it is today, just text messages. You don't have to call somebody. They don't have to be home. You don't have to have an answering machine. You don't have to screen the calls and all this other crazy bullshit, man. You can text somebody. Very, very, very cool. Very cool way of doing things in this 23rd century, 22nd century, 21st century, 21st century, I guess is what we're in here, man. But Jerry Quarry, man, you know, Irish Jerry Quarry, the Bellflower Bomber. He was a star heavyweight, like I said, born May 15th, 1945. Passed away today, January 3rd, 1999. His most famous bouts were against Muhammad Ali. He fought Ali twice. He fought Joe Frazier twice. He had a who's who of who he fought in his career, man. It's amazing. I'm gonna switch over here. I'm gonna cheat and look at Box Rec here, because I couldn't remember all these names, and a lot of these were before I was into boxing. He started his career in 1965, and like I said, man, the man's fighting once a month. Amazing stuff. And he had a draw with a guy named Tony Alongi, a fighter of 40 fights, I'm sorry, a record of 38-2-1. And he had a draw with him in Madison Square Garden. Tony Alongi. I'm sure he's well known, man. Hey Remy, my brother, man, thank you for coming by. Salute to you, man. Peace to you. And then, you know, I told you cats I quit smoking weed. I haven't smoked weed now in, I'm pretty close to a month. You know, because I've been making this tincture and I dig on it. And, you know, I use one of the CCs that I use for my testosterone replacement therapy. And I put, right now I'm kind of up there to the top limit. I'm putting 5 of these fucking 15 cc's in a glass, a little bit of juice, and boom. But you gotta remember, this stuff is very strong. And you got about 17 milligrams of THC per cc. I was figuring it out, doing the simple mathematics in here. Hey, Derek Clark, bro, thank you for coming by, man. And this is what I've been doing lately. It's a very cool way for me to do the weed, man. Get rid of the smoking, because the smoking was killing me, man, bro. I mean, I was getting heartburn. My fucking esophagus was raw, because I was smoking from when I get up in the morning to when I went to bed at night. And the Toka too, man. You know, I'm not gonna say I'll give it away, because you never say never, and you know, you never know, this machine may kick the bucket because this tincture's hard to make. I'm going and looking at these YouTube things where, I mean, you gotta fucking take the stuff and store it for a month and then get it and shake it up and put it away again for a month. But the magic of today's technology, this magical butter machine. And before that, I bought the Levo 2. The Levo 2 malfunctioned on me. And anyway, man, I hope this music isn't too loud. I want to make sure it stays at a pleasant volume. So I don't want to be, I don't want to have it shout myself out. There we go. Make it a little bit softer. Keep it down a little bit softer. But man, getting back to get Jerry Quarry. I keep saying Jerry Cooney because it's funny because, you know, I remember Jerry Quarry as the Great White Hope, and then Jerry Cooney came around and they put the tag on him. You know, there were guys in the middle there, Chavallo, and you know, you had Bonavina, but Americans, that's who they wanted. They wanted the American Great White Hope. Shout out to you, Remy. 2 months, wow. You got me beat, bro. Well, you try that tincture, my man. If you do 100 milligram edibles, then you're a veteran of the edibles. You know, some people, oh, I can't do edibles. They fuck me up, and they don't even know how much they do. You have to know how much it is really, because you're ingesting something. It's like, oh, somebody gave me an oxy. Well, was it an oxy 10 or was it an oxy 80? I don't know. It was an oxy. You know, fucking. But man, let's go back to the great Jerry Quarry here, man. Let's watch one of his earlier fights, and this was a huge fight, man. Eddie Machen, he lost a fight to Eddie Machen, and that was at the Olympic Auditorium. That was his first loss, man. His first L on his record. And Eddie Machen was a contender of the 60s. Fought Frazier, fought Cassius Clay, fought Floyd Patterson, fought all these guys, man. Joe Frazier included. But that was his first loss. And the thing about it was he lost a unanimous decision. And that was in July of 1966. In October 1966, he's right back in the ring at the same venue, the Olympic Auditorium, and he gets back on his winning streak once again. You know, going through the usual, but fighting people like Al Jones, known at the time Brian London from England, Alex Matif, Floyd Patterson. That was a draw with Floyd Patterson. And let me pull up a Jerry Quarry fight, man, because this was a guy who got hit in the head too much, man. He suffered from pugilistic dementia. He couldn't put his shoes on when he was 50 years old. In his late 40s, he couldn't tie his shoes. He couldn't remember who he was. There are documentaries to watch, you know, to see about Jerry Quarry, because man, he just maybe it's a lesson to today's fighters, you know, not to fight like that. But I mean, this guy put on some wars. When I first started watching boxing, I remember going home on a Friday night, and it was Jerry Quarry and George Chavallo, and they went at it. They were going like a couple of pit bulls in the ring. George Chavallo, a Canadian heavyweight, top tenor, fought Ali, Frazier, all of those guys, man. And Jerry Quarry, and they were fighting in Madison Square Garden on a Friday night, and Quarry let his guard down. He got knocked out. He didn't get out. He wasn't paying attention to the count. He got knocked out, and there was a riot in the ring afterwards. He blamed the fast count. He blamed everybody but himself. But Jerry he got knocked out by George Chavallo. You know, this was an eliminator. This was for the heavyweight championship of the world. And anyway, man, you know, Jerry Quarry always came on hard luck, man. You know, he was always a bridesmaid. Let's see what we got here, man. This is the back and straighten that out. Okay, I'm back again. I'm back again, man. I don't know what I did. I know what I did. I pressed the wrong stuff over here. And what I wanted to do was get my music back on here. There we go. Get that back on here. And then get this fight that I want to put on. There's no need for panic here. I would have panicked before, but now it's all cool. Now we're gonna watch a fast fight here. This is, which one do I want to put on first, man? There's so many great Jerry Quarry fights, man. It's really hard to get the one we want to put on first. But let's put this one on first here, man. This was back in 1973. So we're moving up a few years in his career. And this was after he had lost a few fights. He had fought Muhammad Ali. He had fought Joe Frazier. And he had rematched Ron Lyle. And they brought him up there as an opponent for Ernie Shavers. This was in Madison Square Garden. The referee's Arthur McCanty. Let's see if I can get this one up here, man, without causing too much havoc over here. There we go, man. Here we go. And you got to remember, with this fight here, I think I've got it on the wrong side here. Yeah, this was so cool. This is how fights used to be. This is how they used to introduce fights back in the day. Hey, D-Style, how you doing, brother? I'll check that out, D-Style. Absolutely, man. If I'm free, absolutely, man. There's my friend D-Style out there. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you on here, man. Tupac 13, bro. Thank you for coming in. This is Jerry Quarry against Ernie Shavers, man. And look who's sitting at ringside over here. They introduced Floyd Patterson first of all, and look who this is at ringside, man. Check out this slim, sleek figure coming in the ring here. Look at this guy. Who do we have here, man? Muhammad Ali. And this is when celebrities weren't only at ringside, but they came in the ring. They got that crowd going. They let even the people in the cheap seats get a good look at him. And this was Muhammad Ali, man. Ever the showman, man. Truly a great fighter. 1973. This was probably right around the Norton fights. They're taking his jacket off. He's got the short sleeves on. And there's his nemesis, Joe Frazier. This is probably before their second fight. And look at Joe, man. Arthur McCanty is stepping in the middle there. I mean, this is when a heavyweight fight was a show, and the fighters haven't even gotten in the ring yet, man. And Ali jarring off over here, man. And who's this other dude coming in here, man? Is that Big George Foreman? Here we go, man. Here we go. This is great stuff. This is before the Rumble in the Jungle. Before the Thriller in Manila. You know? Ali and Frazier in the back, man. Unbelievable stuff, man. And you got to remember the star of the show, Jerry Quarry, and actually Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers, he was being pushed by Don King. Now Don King is working Ernie Shavers' corner in this fight. You're gonna see. You're gonna look at it. He's in George Foreman's face. And, oh man, damn, Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali. Great fighting showman. Great champion, the people's champion. Going right back to his seat at ringside, you know? He doesn't cut out after something like that, man. That's nothing. Reggie Owens, my brother, salute, man. Salute to you, my man. And everybody in here, man, I guess it's kind of hollow, but definitely anybody in here who's not sub to anybody else in his channel, please do. I know those subs mean a lot now. You know, I see whenever mine goes up, it's such a great thing. And sometimes it goes down, but you know, let's support our brothers and sisters out here. Sub to each other. Even if you don't go watch them, man, go in there, give them a thumbs up. It's nice to get views when you're doing shows. I know sometimes people check out their watch time a lot, which is cool too, man. I don't know how it is, but hey, I try to support everybody on here. I know when I'm driving around, I put something on, put the earbuds in. I love it, man. But here we go, man. Here's this is Ernie Shavers and Jerry Quarry, and this is on the night that Jerry Quarry passed away. It was a horrible death, man. You know, Jerry Quarry, he had nobody left. He had 3 or 4 wives, man, all gone. His family, I think only his brother Bobby was around, and Bobby had to take care of him. Jerry, I think he was a few days before they found him. He died in his attic, and it was terrible, man. You know, you can imagine what happened. The body, the feces. It was just a terrible thing, man. And you know, we try to remember Jerry back in these days. Right here, man. This was when he wasn't even 30, basically, man. Let's see. This is 1973. And when did we say he was born? He was born in 45. He's only 28 years old over here, man. And he was brought in as a name for an up-and-coming Ernie Shavers. So, man, you check out what a tough-ass Jerry Quarry was. And this is, like I said, this is after getting his brains bashed in by Ali, Joe Frazier, I mean, George Chuvalo, Floyd Patterson, the list goes on and on. Gil Clancy's in his corner. They're putting him in there against Ernie Shavers, up-and-coming destroyer from Ohio, being led to the ring. Look at Don King with his hands on Ernie's shoulders, man. You ever see Don King do that anymore? I mean, not that a 90-year-old man could, but did you ever see him do that since? He's got Richie Giacchetti in front of him, man. This is classic shit, bro. And if you grew up in my era and you watch this again, it's like, wow. Hey, Just Dude, my brother, how you doing, man? Much love and peace to you, man. Thank you for coming in here. Nothing in here but the love of boxing, bro. And this is to pay honor to the passing of Jerry Quarry. Died in 1999 on this day. I don't know how many years ago that was or how old he would have been or whatever. We could do all that easily enough. But whatever it was, man, we're celebrating his life in here today. And look at Ernie Shavers with hair on his head, man. Ha! The hardest puncher in the world, man. And, hey, Tony Boswell, my brother. And here we go, man. Let me see, where did this fight take place? Let me cheat and use my second screen over here, man. This was at Madison Square Garden, man. This was December 14th, so man, we missed the anniversary of this baby, but we're showing it again right now, man. This is 1973. I was out of high school, man. I was fucking styling and profiling. Man, I remember these this is when I turned 18, bro. Is my dog need wait a little bit, I'll put you out in a little while. I should have put him out earlier, although I didn't think he'd come out so early. Go lay down for a little bit. Go back and sleep with your mommy for a little bit. I'll deal with you later. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I only went out for one walk today. I didn't take him for the afternoon walk. Alright, so bear with me here, man. I gotta put this dog out. I am gonna just leave this running here, man. I'll be back in a flash. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? We wanna call this fight. So I'm gonna put this on hold here. Because this is too good for me not to come back and call, so give me a second. Dig on a little bit of that background jazz. I'll be right back. It's raining out there, and he won't be out there long. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do with the magic of what we have here? Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, see, this would be what's up with this fucking thing here, man? What happened to the camera? Oh no, man, my camera's not working. Oh well. I have to go keep an eye on the dog manual. He won't be out there long because it's raining out there. So hey, Johnny boy, how you doing, man? I'll be back in 1 second. I know he's out there waiting, and like I said, I missed the afternoon walk because it was raining all day today. It's still kind of raining out there, not downpouring. Just bear with me, please. You have to excuse me, man. Very unorganized, very stoned, very warm, very, very nice evening here. All right, we're back again here. We're back again. gave you your cookies already. Beat it. Okay, here we go, man. We watched this fight earlier over at Mad Chad's, man. Oh, let me do something here, man. I don't want to, There we go, okay. Got that right. That right. We're back again, man. Like we just saw, man. We just saw all the celebrities at ringside. And here we go. This is the main event. And like I said, Don King. Hey, Michael Johnson, brother. How you doing, man? Peace to you, man. Respecting the eve of the transformation of Jerry Quarry from this earth. 1999. And he's fighting an up-and-coming killer out of Warren, Ohio. Ernie Shavers. He's got Don King as his manager, trainer, promoter, you name it. I'm sure back then, man, before the Ali Act was passed. Yeah, he got his cookies, Mike. That's what he does, bro. I could not give him those when I bring them in. Damn, I'd have to make him a sandwich or something, bro. I mean, he expects that, and you know, see, this dog has never shit in this house. He pissed when I first got him. He pissed on my wife's bed twice. You know, maybe the first week I got her, it was hilarious, but she didn't like it. But anyway, man, never took a dump in this house. I've had him now for, hey, Hyphy, brother, how you doing, man? Peace. I've had him now for at least 6 years, and he's a good dog, good pit bull, big, 100 pounds, housebroken, would never piss or shit in the house again since that first week incident. And when he wants to go out, I let him out. He does his thing. He comes back. Doesn't even run away anymore. And he could, man. These fuckers can jump high. They can climb trees, man. I mean, dude, if one of these dogs wants to get your ass, there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do except shoot him. There's Jerry Quarry, man. Gil Clancy introducing him. And like I said earlier, man, Ernie Shavers was the A side here. He's got look at Don King, man, not a gray hair on his head. And Ernie knocking everybody out. He's got hair on his head. He didn't go to hair club for men. He just kind of shaved it like I do, but man, Richie Giacchetti in his corner. But yeah, this was a this was when contenders fought each other, and it wasn't pay-per-view. This was on. This was for us to see. You know, this was when Don King was just getting his feet into the game. You know, after this, he had gotten involved with a fighter by the name of Ali, and the rest of that is all history. But over here, he's got this was his prospect, man, Ernie Shavers. Was Ernie undefeated when he fought? No, Ernie was 45-2-0. Yeah, like something 43 knockouts. And he's taking on an aged Jerry Quarry, who showed he still had a little bit in the gas tank, man. You know, this was where the hardest puncher in heavyweight history, they say, and watch some of these right hands that he lands. Oh, look at that one, man. Watch some of these devastating punches. You know, Arthur McCanty. You know, I was asking Joe Cortez when I talked to him about. Oh, look at Ernie on the inside blasting Jerry Quarry. Unfucking believable, man. I mean, these guys, they're not here fooling around. This is not no feeling out process. Round one. Ernie Shavers knocks out everybody in the first round. If you last more than 3 or 4 rounds with Ernie, man, put that on your resume. He's holding behind the head. You learned that from Muhammad Ali. And look, man, Jerry Quarry ripping those combinations. Shavers getting down low and avoiding them, but man, he's not avoiding them all. Look at that Jerry Quarry move his fucking hands. Wow, incredible stuff, man. He would have wiped out the cruiserweight division today. Oh, tough guy. Chin like iron over here. Look at this, man. This is Ernie Shavers, the Destroyer. He's in trouble, and Jerry Quarry is on him, man. He sees him going back. He's not giving him any breathing space at all, and that's it, man. He's down. Referee's gonna count. Referee's gonna let it go on. Yeah, I guess he is, man. I thought the ref was gonna stop it. Nope. A couple of shots, and that was it, man. That's it. The referee's stopping the fight. And there's new life in the career of Jerry Quarry. And don't forget, man, Ernie Shavers had a great career after this. You know, he fought everybody. He fought everybody, man. This was this was back in the day where that L did not mean anything on your record. One L, it's how you got that L, and how you came back after that L. And Ernie Shavers, man, he came back, as we know. In fact, let's take a look at it. Let me go into his box rec and check exactly what Ernie Shavers did after this fight. This was early in his career, back in 1973, and I mean we're into the 80s here. So this was Jerry Quarry, December 14th, 1973. In May of 1974, he's in the ring with Ray Wallace, man, and that was a awesome fight, man. Fought Jimmy Young, went on to fight Ron Lyle, man, unbelievable. Roy Williams, I mean, dude, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. So Ernie Shavers, man, this is great stuff for Jerry Quarry. Getting his comeuppance over here. And you're right, you know, Remy, these fighters today, they're so worried about losing that O. And if they could take a look at these fighters from the past where the O's transcend, they don't matter. They don't matter. You can I've seen fighters, both of them with perfect records. The O didn't mean anything, man. Ali and Frazier, a perfect example. I mean, they don't have to wait till they have that status. Even when Leonard fought Hearns, he had one L, but man, Hearns got that L. That didn't hurt Thomas Hearns. He went on to win titles in 4 consecutive divisions after that. But tonight, man, let's show one more. Let's show another fight for Jerry Quarry, the greatest of the great white hopes. Let's see how much action is in this one here, man. Let's see if I can find it, man. You know, reading that small print is tough, even though my vision's pretty good these days. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. I still have to bend over a little bit to read that fine print. But over here, man, we're gonna see another fight from 1973. We're gonna see Ron Lyle and Jerry Quarry once again, man. I don't know if this was their first fight or their second fight. Let me see here, man. Ron Lyle, 19-0. This is at Madison Square Garden. here we go, man. This is going to be a good fight, too. Let's check out how Jerry Quarry does against the undefeated young lion, Ron Lyle, who's been fighting it, who fought everybody. All these guys, they fought everybody in their career. And once again, man, we're seeing two of the greatest fighters coming out of the 70s going at it right here. And he's fighting the undefeated Ron Lyle, 19-0. This is in Madison Square Garden, 1973, February 9th. Ron Lyle weighing 200 pounds. I don't know what Jerry Quarry's weighing, man. He usually came in. I'm sorry, Ron Lyle's weighing 219 pounds. Jerry Quarry's coming in at 200 pounds. Okay, man, I see. I got my information in front of me. I'm just not reading it properly. Hey, Mick Smith, how you doing, brother? We're over here on the anniversary of the death of the greatest of the great white hopes. Digging on some jazz, some coffee house jazz over here. Copyright free. Kicking back on my Green Dragon tincture. Enjoying a fight over here, man. Paying homage to. Now we got two legends on here we can pay homage to. Let's check this. Let's watch this fight here. Let's see what's going on here, man. Valdemir Schmidt, the referee. Jerry Quarry, man. Got that great Quarry name behind him. He's been in the ring with everybody. Fights to the head and to the body. He's from the old school. Ron Lyle, man. Ron Lyle served. He was pardoned on a murder conviction from prison. You know, he did hard time. He was stabbed in prison. Yeah, Quarry is definitely a very, very complete fighter. He just took so many punches to the head, which came after him. Maybe that's why fighters aren't fighting so much today. But you can see, man, you can look at the gloves, man. The gloves even look more deadly than gloves do today. Those gloves look like they're gonna take your head off. Kind of like this. The one I showed you that I got for my brother found it up in the attic, gave it to me on Christmas Day. I gotta hang it up on my wall over here, but until then, man, we got an incredible fight in the ring going on here, man. We've got two of the top 10 fighters of the 60s and of the 70s and the 60s, I guess, man. Ron Lyle, late 60s. Quarry, mid 60s, late 60s, mid 70s. I mean, this was I guess we can't just slice these eras by years of 10. So good time, man. Good time to be a young fan of boxing. It definitely kept you interested. It was free. It was available. It was exciting. Famous Madison Square Garden ring, the same one they use for wrestling. Now Ron Lyle is on his toes doing a little more boxing over here. But yeah, Jerry Quarry fought. The Fighting Quarry family, they were bred to fight. they their their mother didn't want them to fight. Their father made sure they fought, and Jerry, being the oldest brother, Mike followed in his footsteps, and even Bobby Quarry, who never even really saw Jerry Quarry fight. You know, and Mike, he was rushed into fights before, that he shouldn't have taken. I mean, you watch him when he fought Bob Foster, man, get stretched out of the ring. Jerry was the best out of the three. I mean, no doubt about it. That's just common sense right there. But this particular fight with Ron Lyle, this was when this is when we saw fights like this materializing. We didn't have to listen to contract negotiations going back and forth, and promoters having wars. You can't fight my promoter, or you're not gonna fight one of my fighters, and this gets going. The light on this, you notice, man, when they show with one camera, it's dark, and then when they switch to the other one, that's this YouTube feed we're getting. Bear with it. Make sure you drink a lot of water too. I always say that to everybody out there. My one fitness tip. Oh! Incredible shot by Ron Lyle. Quarry's head just snapped back like a rock'em sock'em robot. And the referee was a judge back then too. That's one thing, I kind of forgot that a lot until the mid '80s, the late '80s. They're concentrating on safety. I'd just like to see more of Frank Sanchez, all those guys. This is the era that I grew up in. Oh, a shot after the bell, Quarry turning around, getting it together. I just want to see more exposure. If we could see these guys 3 times a year in competitive fights, that would just straighten out this whole boxing. Oh, look at that left hook, man. Ron Lyle's been in some tremendous fights. You got to check he fights Ernie Shavers after this. And then he fights, he has that tremendous fight with George Foreman, the elevator fight. But heavyweights, I love heavyweight boxing. I'm looking forward to right now, Stephen Shaw's not fighting the Italian Guido. And Jonathan Rice is stepping in there. And man, those are 2 top heavyweights, man. I'm not particular anymore. I'm not begging. I'm taking what they're giving us. And on that main event, we got my mind just went blank. 2 more heavyweights. Don't make me look it up, somebody. Effie Ajagba and who? My mind just went blank here. All right, I have to go look it up, man. Just for my own sanity. I have to go and go to boxing news down the bottom of that, because this drives me nuts. I think it's old age because things that I should remember that I remembered them 10 minutes ago, and I can't remember them now. And this is Oscar Rivas, man. Effie Ajagba, Oscar Rivas, Guido Vianello, and it says Stephen Shaw, but it's the replacement has been Jonathan Rice. From what I understand. But you know, I love heavyweights, and I'll take that heavyweight fight. And even the fights this week, man. I mean, how can I can't complain. You know, Gervonta Davis and Hector Garcia. I'm not that familiar with Hector Garcia, but man, I've seen a lot of Tank Davis, and now he's a man in the news. So we'll see what happens there. And on that same card, man, you got Jerron Ennis and some guy named Karen. Maybe we're gonna try to mention the last name. Then you got Rashidi Ellis on there, Boo Boo Andrade, Brandon Lee, Vito Malachecki. I think Cody Crowley's on that card, man. It's just a lot of names that I want to see in there fighting, and if I'm not going to see him fight who I want to see him, at least I can put it on the screen. Not have to pay too much attention to it, and unless it's a good fight, and you know, at night come back and watch great fights like this, man, and pay a little tribute to Jerry Quarry, who died on this day in 1999. What was he, 52 years old, I think? He was real young. Very, very young. "53 years old. Damn. I've already got him by 15 years. I'm very fortunate. But then Jerry had, I think, a little more excitement in his life than I had in mine. And here we go, man. Back in the ring with Ron Lyle in Madison Square Garden. The beginning of round 4 of a 12-round fight. I think this was this USBA, NABF? I think it was a regional title here. No, it doesn't say it in Box Rec. Could have been a state title. I don't know, man. But I do know. Man, you got 2 top 10 heavyweights in the ring with each other. And this is what we want to see. We just saw the fight earlier, man. We saw Joe Frazier, Ali, Ken Norton, even Floyd Patterson still active, or still borderline. Floyd, I don't think Floyd ever officially retired. I think he just stopped boxing. So, man, you know, when these guys, I guess they hung together. And you know, it's funny because even the fighters today, the legends, they get together at a convention, at a, you know, one of their Legends weekends, and these guys are like, it's like the old families back together again. Rashidi Ellis, man. I wonder if there's going to be any upsets on this card. Ron Lyle, man. A lot of pressure. Cooney's trying to, I call him Cooney. Quarry is trying to stay outside, but he's more of a slugger than he is a boxer. He's moving those hands. He's hitting Ron Lyle nicely. this was after getting knocked out by Muhammad Ali. So he was pretty much brought in here to pad, once again, to pad an undefeated fighter's record, or an up-and-coming fighter's record, and he runs into, Ron Lyle runs into the experience of Jerry Quarry, who is not going to lay down. Who knows, man? With a win is a payday, and it's sad because he went on a little bit longer, a lot longer than his career should have been. Took some took retirements and came back again. Came back after a long retirement, man, over 9 years. Really, really sad. Got teeth knocked out. Went to Aurora, Colorado. Fought in the the hotel lobby. They set it up, and sad. He was way older than he should have been. It was in 1992 after a layoff of 9 years. And before that, man, he was this was after a 2-fight layoff of 5 years. But man, Jerry Quarry, tough son of a bitch. And here he is against undefeated Ron Lyle at Madison Square Garden on February 9th, 1973. Chi-Town's finest, my brother. Hey, guy, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for coming by. I'm just winding it down, my brother. I couldn't go off without having a little tribute to Jerry Quarry, bro. The greatest of the great white hopes, died on this day in 1999, 53 years old. Tragic career, man. Took too many punches to the head. The dude was fighting, on the average of 7 times a year. Earlier in his career, fighting every month, sometimes twice a month. Sparring without headgear. Pugilistic dementia. CTE. Whatever it may be, man. Sad way to end up penniless, alone by yourself. Now, I don't think Andre's fighting anybody that's going to give him any trouble, but you see, the thing is, inactivity, you never know, and man, I can't even argue anything about Boo Boo Andre, bro. He's a Rhode Island homeboy. I wanted to see great things from him, and very disappointing. Who knows, man? Who knows? Some people say he just can't get the fights. He's blackballed, and we'll see what happens. He's got a young 40-year-old body going on. So we'll see how my boy Boo Boo Andre does. I can't disrespect him, bro. I hope he gets one of these fights against some top competition, so we can see what he's all about. I don't know, maybe that's already passed him by. But look at these guys just slugging away in center ring, man. Rock'em sock'em robots going on over here, man. And you've got 219-pound Ron Lyle, 200-pound Jerry Quarry going at it in Madison Square Garden in a 12-round heavyweight fight. Salute to you, Chi-Town. Thank you for coming by, bro. Don't forget to hit the like button. Makes all the difference in the world, from what I understand. Here we go, a little slow motion here. Boom, right hand by Jerry Quarry. Shakes up Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle's got those nice uppercuts. So, hey, Nick M, bro. How you doing, my brother? There's a man who could school me over there, man. Nick M's Classic Boxing. Check him out, bro. This is the anniversary of the death of Jerry Quarry, brother. And here we go, man. He's having a 12-rounder with Ron Lyle at Madison Square Garden in 1973. And man, notice these guys, a lot of good body punching. They're both just leaning in on each other. Tremendous body punches, man. Just keeping their hands moving constantly. This is what I like about these guys. Wow, that's that fight with Ron Kramer. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the Boxing Rec guy with a 3-4-1 record. I'll have to go check that fight out after, man. Yeah, Ron Kramer. I'm looking at it now. Nick M. Great body punching, man. Neither one of these guys are neglecting their body work. And Quarry was known to be, to take those punches to the head. Yeah, that was 1992. He died at 53. So he died in 99. So maybe a little younger than that. But it was a sad fight. I never saw that fight, and maybe we'll go dig it up if we can, man. That was the life of Jerry Quarry, man. He made these ill-advised comebacks. I saw him when he came back, and it was on I think it was Wide World of Sports. He fought this contender from Europe. His name is Lorenzo Zanon. He fought Larry Holmes. He challenged Larry Holmes, and Lorenzo Zanon was picking apart Jerry Quarry. He made him look every year his advanced age. And then in the 9th round, Jerry Quarry landed a tremendous right hand, and he stopped Lorenzo Zanon, and that gave him false confidence. But it was like, not Jerry Quarry. And when I'm reading it now, Zanon won every round on the official scorecards until the 8th round. But he kept at it. He retired. He came back in 5 years, fought 2 more times, and then that fight with Ron Kramer, man. But I mean, he was a warrior. He just didn't know any better. He had dementia. It was so obvious when you saw the end. But we didn't have social media like we do now, so we didn't get to see, the later stages. I believe he was, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And his brother Bobby Quarry went there with him when he accepted the award. Andrew Charles, my brother, salute. And their heads on each other's chests practically, on their shoulders, just throwing punches, uppercuts, body punches. We're more than halfway through the fight. I don't know what exact round we're in, but we got a 12-round fight here. I got to pay better attention to the rounds. And see, the thing about Jerry Quarry, he was past his prime here, but he kept at it. He kept at it. He didn't have his dope. He had ex-wives, bad investments. I don't know what he made out of his acting career. He was a minor celebrity. He was very well known. Hollywood guy. Sad ending though, man. Very, very sad ending. But he gave us some great fights. And over here, man, undefeated Ron Lyle in Madison Square Garden. Definitely worth paying attention to. Yeah, Norton did give him a horrific beating. He couldn't stop those overhand rights. And that was another fight that was way too over the hill, man. He was over the hill, and he got beat up bad. His brother Bobby went the same way, man. I'm sorry, his brother Mike. Bobby's still with us, man. And again, I had Bobby on a show with me a while ago. I gave him a Happy New Year text. Great to hear from, to talk to a legend, man, from royalty. He was only a kid when this was going on. I don't even think he was born. He was born, but he was young. But Jerry still had that killer instinct, still had that power, still threw those combinations. I don't know what pigeons got in there now, man. Go check it out anyway. Hey, Teach, how you doing, my brother? El Pinche, salute, bro. Ron Lyle looks like he's trying to cut the ring off, but this was a close fight. Jerry Quarry, though, man, just showing the experience, making sure he's always landing punches, always scoring punches in here, putting points up, and just kind of baffling young Ron Lyle. Yeah, man. Rock'em sock'em robots going on. You don't see holding. You don't see the ref breaking them up. You see punches, man. This This is when fighters didn't hit and grab. You know, this is infighting. This is the perfect definition of infighting. These guys are touching their shoulders against each other, but nobody's holding on. Nobody's hugging. See, ref doesn't even have to break them up. He just wants to do something. Making sure those heads don't bang together, because their heads are probably rubbing against each other. And there goes Jerry Quarry scoring those points on the inside, man. Overhand right, left hook. Good stuff from Jerry Quarry on the night of his demise. Oh, Ron Lyle's back on his heels there. Jerry Quarry's got him hurt. Moving in there. Overhand right, left hook. I mean, Jerry Quarry's got that killer instinct. He gets you hurt, he's going in for the kill. And Ron Lyle, man, big cannons coming out from the end of the round, man. Good stuff. Good stuff from two great fighters, man. Ron Lyle had the great fight with George Foreman. They say even George will say it, man. He's glad he didn't have to fight Jerry Quarry. Why do I confuse the two? But you know, George respected Quarry. You know, he knew that he had that rough style, and he was in no hurry to fight him. And fortunately for George, they didn't fight. And here we go, man. Getting ready for the start of 9 in this 12 round, which back in the day was for a regional title. Today it's for a world title. And even like 10 rounds was a thing of the norm. I saw there was a 10-round fight on the other night, and somebody was 10 rounds, man. These are 12-round fighters. And I'm like, yeah, but there's no title on the line. This is what we knew. But you know, I guess with the infrequency of fighting, boxing today is crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, we watched a fight like this, and even if it wasn't the fight of the year, bro, I mean, we're going to get another one in another couple of weeks. We're going to get another. Top heavyweights are going to be going at it. Top light heavyweights, middleweights, right down the line. It was action. Nobody complained. Nobody complained. We got what we paid for. Oh, beautiful shots by Jerry Quarry on the inside. Yeah, Quarry is definitely shining in this fight. He's definitely showing Ron Lyle a little bit of what the old dog still got over here, man. Constantly barraging with that left hook, upstairs, downstairs, then overhand right. Great style, and Ron Lyle's just a split second behind. He's not landing his punches when he wants to, and he's really getting manhandled by Jerry Quarry over here, bro. This is a great fight to set the tone for the demise of the great Jerry Quarry. I mean, this is how we can honor these fighters, by showing these fantastic fights, man. You know, creating positive energy in here. Maybe they'll find this energy out there somewhere. Stay well hydrated, man. I always keep that 16 ounces in front of me over here, man. Like to fill that 3 times a day, in addition to other sources of water that I get in me. But keep well hydrated, especially in this weather. The lips get dry, the skin gets dry, cracked, man. Some people I see them, and I say, you gotta drink a lot of water. You gotta hydrate. You gotta get yourself hydrated from the inside. They're putting all kind of cream and lotion and stuff on, and you know. See, I don't have that problem, man. I make sure that I get that gallon of water or close to it in me on a daily basis. And hey, it's what I do, and I like to share it with people. Kind of how I stay around here a little bit longer than I probably should have. Now we're gonna get into the 10th round of this 12-round fight, Madison Square Garden. The Garden. Jerry Quarry. Is that Gil Clancy in his corner? I believe it is. Gil is definitely in. He's in good shape to get it out of that ring. And Ron Lyle, man. You know, I used to know the names of his trainers and his handlers, but I forget, man. I forget everything now. It's bad, I'll tell you. That's the worst thing about getting old is you forget shit, bro. Here we go, man. Round 10. We're watching Ron Lyle, Denver, Colorado. Jerry Quarry, Bellflower, California. They're in Madison Square Garden, New York, man. February 9th, the year 2000, excuse me, the year 1973. What am I saying, 2000? This was way back in the day. We didn't even think of 2000 would ever happen. Pigeon, you're crazy, motherfucker, bro. And we're watching Ron Lyle. Looks like Ron Lyle must know he's behind in this fight. Thing about Quarry, man, he's non-stop over here. He hasn't taken a break. He hasn't taken a round off. You got to give him a lot of credit, man. I mean, this is a guy who's Energizer Bunny. Energizer Bunny over here, man. He's just he's out hustling Ron Lyle. He's out punching Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle's just not throwing his punches right now. Not throwing with any kind of conviction when he does. But Quarry's still got those snaps in there. He's still snapping that left hook off the head. He's still dropping that overhand right, straight right to the body. I mean, he's got a lot of punches in his toolbox. You know, we only saw a couple of his fights over here. You guys gotta go check out some of his fights, man. Some of his classic fights. Didn't win them all. Lost a lot of them. Bled like a freaking sieve in some fights. But look at this walk down he's giving Ron Lyle over here, man. Ron Lyle, who went on to a great career. This is Ron Lyle's first big name over here. And you know, of course, it's gonna be Jerry Quarry on a good night. That's what you don't want. And that's what he's got, man. Once again, knocks Ron Lyle on his heels. Some great inside fighting. This is a phone booth war, man. If you don't know what a phone booth war is, man, and you want to look up the definition of it, you just tell them you saw Jerry Quarry and Ron Lyle in a phone booth. The overhand right by Jerry Quarry, the end of the round. And Ron Lyle, man, he's exhausted going back to his corner. He's saying, what is keeping this kid up over here, man? I thought he was over the hill. I thought he already had this. I thought everything was out of him. What's going on here? It's like, I don't know. Must be on some of that Carolina juice. Teach my brother. You were telling me that you back from Japan, wasn't it? You Teach? Memory's so short. I believe you were saying that you just got back from the land of the rising sun, brah. You know, we're watching all the between round action and stuff over here. And here we go, man. Round 11. Round 11 coming up here in this. There we go, man. Great stuff, brother. It's amazing how you going there and telling us here. It makes it almost feel like we, you know, we have a little bit of contact there. Just the way media is these days. You know, it's too bad you didn't have your phone there. You could have called in, clicked on. I think I had that New Year's Eve open panel thing going on, bro. We could have had a guest from Japan, but then again, it probably would have been sleepy time there when it was wakey time over here, I guess. Pigeon, you're a funny character, man. You make me laugh out there, bro, like nobody else does on here. And then we're winding down. We're still in we're in the 11th round of this fight. And Jerry Quarry, man, you can tell he's still got it in him because you can see the shoulders aren't slumped. He's still carrying himself. He's still moving those hands. And Ron Lyle looks like he's trying to survive this fight. You can't count Ron Lyle out yet, though, man, you know? I don't care what round it is. Ron Lyle was a tough motherfucking fighter. Nothing like meeting the fellow fight fans from around the world, man. It's interesting to ask them what they think of fight fans in America. You know, because most people that I talk to they're not fight fans. They don't know what I'm talking about when I talk boxing. You know, it's only on here. And very, very, very certain times when I'll meet somebody who knows what I'm talking about, I can actually engage in a one-on-one conversation. But here we go, man. You can just see Jerry Quarry has definitely got the step in him. He's moving forward, and that's the end of the 11th round, man, getting ready for the 12th round. I see the referee is scoring the fight, putting his score down, giving it to the officials. Very cool boxing. Pigeon, be nice out there, bro. You always got to come in here and be a clown, man. See, Pigeon's been drinking tonight. He's looking for a fight, so. Pigeon's out there trolling around. Usually he's nice, but tonight, man, I think he's got some tequila in him. He wants to kick some ass out there, so don't even give him the pleasure. Just let him troll around here. He behaves himself. As long as you're all wrenched up, we don't have to worry about Pigeon doing any crazy shit out there. Teach, Teach, you're in blue. If I took Pigeon's wrench away, you'd all be timing him out. So let him play his games out there. Just be nice, Pigeon, please. Let's get back to this fight here, man. We're going into the final round, the 12th and final round over here, and we do have two killers over here, bro. We got Jerry Quarry, the man who passed away 1999. What is that? 22 years ago from tonight. And we've got Ron Lyle. When did Ron Lyle pass away, man? I'm not doing a Ron Lyle tribute, otherwise I'd know more. But Ron Lyle's been going for a little bit too, man. I talked to Ned Campbell once, the Nate Campbell, and he was telling me he met Ron Lyle down in Colorado, and he said, man, you know, he's still cold. You know, Ron Lyle being an ex-con, and I mean, dude, he's got the stories of him shot at his wife pulled her over in his car on the side of the road, shot at her. I mean, the guy was nuts. Right now, domestic violence is going to be the theme of 2023. See, last year it was mental health. This year, already, only a couple of days in, and it's already domestic violence. We got it with Tank, and we got it with Joe Rogaine. So over here, bro, I mean, watch out. Watch out, it's not the buzzword. But here we go, we're ending this fight, man. We're winding it down here. We're in Madison Square Garden. We're with Jerry Quarry. The Fighting Quarry brothers, the greatest of the Fighting Quarry brothers, fought for the title against Muhammad Ali, against Joe Frazier, Floyd Patterson, Jimmy Ellis. I mean, he had so many runs at the title, vacant titles, tournaments, man. He was just so good, but he didn't quite make it to the top. And this is, you know, we're honoring him on the night that he died, or the day that they found him. I don't know if it's the exact day that they died. I know he was dead for a couple of days. Very, very sad way to go. You know, we're trying to keep that memory alive over here if we can, bro. This is for Irish Jerry Quarry. Look at that left hook. What was that, about 5 left hooks in a row? They all landed. I mean, dude, when this guy was on, he's on. Ending it with combinations, overhand rights. I mean, he's definitely putting the finishing touches over here, man. The referee finally breaking him up. Pigeon, don't you start that. I'll have to put you in timeout. And that was the end of the fight. Oh, Pidge. He's got a million accounts, but this one we're gonna have to put him in a timeout until at least we'll let him go for the next 3 minutes while we end this show, man. Oscar, how you doing, my brother? We are watching. Well, we just watched Jerry Quarry. Oh, I lost my music. Let me go back and get my music here. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to have to take that off. I'm going to keep that in online on check here. Yes, we do want to hear my music. Wait a minute. I can't play. I gotta make sure I get non-copywritten music here, or I'll get another copyright. Man, I might on some of these fights anyway, but I'm trying to keep it legit as much as I can. Yeah, this is a put that a little down there, nice and low. Background stuff. It's legal. There we go. I know it's kind of. I like it better when it gets more into the. Now this one's kind of gay. I'll keep it on there. All right, and then let me get back to the decision here. We don't want to deprive the working audience of that, man. Quarry won the decisions. He won that fight 7-4, 10-2, 9-1. So man, cool stuff. Cool stuff. And like I stated earlier, man, I mean this is YouTube. We can come on here and we can do what we want to do, bro. And this was just a little bit of a tribute to the late Jerry Quarry, the greatest of the great white hopes. Passed away today, on this day, 1999. You know, only 53 years old. And, you know, thank you for a great career, Jerry. Exactly. Rest in peace. Much love. Thank you, all you cats, for coming in here. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Make sure you're staying healthy in this new year. Try to avoid as much processed, fried, over salt saturated foods that are out there, man. Try to eat healthy. Try to drink a lot of water. Exercise regularly. And stay blessed, man. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. I'm out of here. Good night.